As you all know, my lifestyle is crazy. Here. My biggest thing is, will I be able to merge my lifestyle plus the Hey, and finally I'm coming back with the video. I know I was in China and now I'm here in the Navy. So I'm going to answer the question today, why did I join the Navy? So after China, I left there because COVID hit, and after COVID, my mom immediately come home, Trump is closed borders, get your butt home. So I'm home and everything is in chaos. Some places implementing quarantine, some places not. Okay, so I'm back home. I did have a job, but the time frames was too much. My video connection wasn't adding up. I just wasn't impactful to the company anymore. So I'm like, okay, what can I do? I'm going through jobs. I did tutoring because I just came from being a teacher, so I had those first skills. And then after tutoring, I decided to go ahead and live out a dream that I've always wanted to. Like when I was in college, I was going to go ahead and go to officer training school so that I could be in the Air Force. My mom was set on the Air Force. I was going to the Air Force, but at the time, I was way thicker than I am now. And I was like, I cannot get in anyone's military. So after China, I'm a lot better, healthier, ready. And I don't know, something within me has always wanted to be in the service. And I always how they carry themselves, how people looked up to them, their militant, seriousness they carried. I adore that. I wanted to be a part of that. So let's join the military. Let's do it. The time is now. It's no time better than right now. And I feel like I wanted to join the Navy or military because I needed stability. And I never work consistently Monday through Friday for more than a year. China was on its way to getting there. I was there for 9 months. I had a job in high school, but that was just working weekends. And if I'm in the military, I'll be consistent. My schedule will be set. I will have my days. I will have my off days. Okay, stability was one reason. Another reason why I joined the service is for a past life, fulfilling that dream I always wanted. And I also, at the time, I think I was 24 in China, and I always wanted to be in pageants. That's been a dream of mine. And I could no longer do pageantry because my birthday was coming up to turn 25. And for Miss USA, the cutoff age is 25. And my heart was broken. And I'm like, I have to be in somebody's pageant. And so I looked up, and the military offers pageantry. It's Miss Veteran. And I think it's just as honored. That was one of the reasons why I joined the military, so I could still have that chance or have that pageantry experience. When I was younger, I guess I didn't really have the confidence. I didn't really have that push. I didn't have that motivation. Yes, I was in school programs. I was in hip hop dancing. I was in outside activities. I was in musicals, choir. I did all these things, but still I didn't have the confidence to get up and stage in front of my city and be like, look at me, this is what I can do. This is who I am. This is what I love. So now I feel like I'm older, and then with the military's help, I'll be able to do that. Another reason why I joined the military is for the discipline and the structure, and I guess this goes hand in hand with stability. So I haven't had a consistent job, and then I'll also do side jobs Shipt. So Shipt is basically Amazon Foods or just someone grocery shop for you. And that was a great experience. I had fun doing that, but I could pick my own hours. With this, I would have a set check. I would know how much is coming in and budgeting to know how much is going to go out. And I feel like that would help me better manage what I had going on in my life. In addition to the discipline and the structure, I knew that being in the Navy, it would allow me to make resources to people with more experience and more ties to the government and to the president. And it would get me closer to going down that aspect. References to higher ranking officials and more presidential people, I know it will get my foot in the door. If I ever wanted to work for the White House, yes, I was obsessed with scandal. And so if I ever wanted to volunteer at the White House or work at the White House, I would be looked at and I would be trusted first. And that ties into another reason. Being in the service, it's very admirable. Like, people look at you and they respect you, they thank you, they appreciate you putting in that time, sacrificing your time, sacrificing your family time, and giving it to the country to make sure it is in its best suit. People also trust you. Like, knowing that you served in the military, they automatically have an instinctive trust because they know that you've been trained, they know that you know how to follow directions and orders, and they know that you are capable of being disciplined. Like, many people have been in the service, but I know that I can carry out a good name for myself and carry that on because it was something that's always been a part of me and instilled in me. And I was really conflicted between being in the military because you see these military women, and I don't know you personally, but for me, I would want to know if, like, I can still be this cute, girly, fun woman and still be militant and still get the job done and still do dirty work. And I want to see if I can kind of mix those two to see if it will mesh. And I'm still trying to figure out the balance because when you come, you do have to make that mind shift, and I'm still figuring that out. A lot of people seeing other people be in the military and have an outside life, but I want to know how would it be applicable to me and how I would be able to merge this girly side of me, this fun, explorative side of me, combined with this stoic, following the rules, taking orders, and having a higher structure, listening to others above me. Last but not least, I wanted to add this to the resume. As I said before, when people see you're in the military, they trust you. They know that you're disciplined. And so adding this to my resume, I will automatically build up that trust. If you put on a job application that you've been in the military, your order of being chosen, you most likely will be the first pick because they know how the military has trained you and what the military asks of you. And that's just points up. So I definitely did it for the resume. And I decided to be in the military for personal growth. I need to grow as an individual. I need to settle down. I need to be grounded. And having one thing stable in my life allows me to come back home to something, and everything else can revolve around that stability. In addition, I specifically chose the Navy because being recruited at the Air Force, they were just not giving what it was supposed to give, okay? I would go to the recruiting office, just really long, strenuous process to even sign in a paper. And I'll leave, and then they want you to come back another day, and then after you come back, then they want you to do something else. And it was just not given that they wanted me to be enlisted with them. So I'm thinking back, and I'm like, okay, so do I really want to be in the Air Force? Why am I ruling out all of these other branches? Let's see what these other branches are about. And so I'm like, what other branch could I see myself in? Let me see what the Navy's about. I don't really know too much about the Navy, but let's see what they're talking about. I go into the Navy recruiting office, and immediately it just felt like home. My questions were answered. They were in tune with me, and it was just comfortable being in that office. Anybody in that office I could have talked to with open arms. They wanted to know not only about what my goals were for the Navy, but they also wanted to know who I was, where I was coming from, and about me. I didn't feel rushed. I didn't feel pressured. They communicated well with me, and it just felt like home. So in addition to it feeling so comfortable for me, I looked at their creed, and their creed is mostly what captivated me. Their creed is, I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. And what the Constitution stands for is the pursuit of happiness and liberty, and I'm all for that. And so another part in the Sailor Creed says, I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with honor, courage, and commitment. Those are like core values for me. Taking honor and pride in what you do, courage to do the things that you are afraid of doing, but it needs to get done, and commitment to following through and staying consistent and diligent to doing those things. What it ends with is, I am committed to excellence and the fair treatment of all. And that's one of my values. And for me, I'm like, I'm getting all these benefits, plus I'm staying true to my values, and I'm giving that and I'm living that. I am committed to excellence, basically, is giving your best and continuing to do better. And the fair treatment of all, everyone, we're all the human race, we're all people. So at the end of the day, don't treat anyone any different because of anything less they have, anything more they have, any disability they have or don't have, the money they have or don't have. And I really stand by that, and it just spoke to me, and that's how I ended up being in the Navy. The Navy is where it's at. Even now, going through the entire processing for joining the Navy officially, it was smooth sailing. Some people have their own experiences, but for me, it was home. Like, everyone was full of love, compassion. Also, it was very fearful of joining the Navy, but I got through it. So guys, if you could stay tuned with me to see the rest of my Navy journey and how it's been going, just stay tuned, go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and click that like button, and I'll see ya.